The reigning NBA champion Nuggets have decommissioned LeBron and the Lakers out of the playoffs yet again. A gentleman's sweep this time, 108-106 the final, as it's curtains for the Lakers. The Nuggets will now move on. They will play Minnesota in what should be a very compelling matchup. Maybe not for our purposes, but if you just like watching basketball, seems like that would be a pretty good series to watch, assuming that we don't get the official interference and the other meddling that normally happens in the NBA product. But that's a conversation for another day. The better story is in the losing locker room. So what is your knee-jerk reaction? Knee-jerk reaction to LeBron James and the Lakers being jettisoned from the postseason by Denver. So I've got the Orchid Man, Trap Door, and Hawaiian Luau. And we will combine all of these random things together, and we're going to make a cheesy hat, which Lorena is wearing. She's got a cheesy hat on tonight. All right, so I loved the agony factor. If you had said, hey, how do you want this thing to end between the Nuggets and Lakers? What is the most possible painful ending? Now, it would have been more painful if this had been Game 7. Right? That would have been better, but I didn't want to even mess around with the Game 7. So for my purposes, this was poetry in motion, watching Jamal Murray. And I'm not even a Nuggets fan. All right, I have issues with Denver since I ate those Rocky Mountain oysters a couple years back after the Clippers and Nuggets played. But that's a different conversation again. So here's the deal. Listen, in terms of agony, heartbreak, all that, the Lakers in every one of these games, you thought, well, they got a shot to win. Every one of the games, right? But what happens? Bad teams lose close games. Worse teams blow leads in playoff games. The Lakers had a lead in every single game at halftime. They were leading halfway through the game. And then they got on and rode the Vomit Comet down the stretch, most of the time in the fourth quarter. So strike up the band. La-la-la-la, la-la-la, hey, goodbye. See you later, LeBron. See you later. Ha-ha. The House of Cards. They could not handle the Joker. You see what I did there? Yeah. All right. Anyway, unable to execute on both defense and offense. Missed foul shots in the game on Monday night here. But that was a Rhodes Scholar performance in clutch basketball by Jamal Murray, who was the Orchid Man, exterminating the purple and gold from the postseason, the pests that they are, and keeping pests in their place. Jamal Murray, good job by him. Denver did not even play their A or B game in most of these matchups. They didn't. That's how far ahead the Nuggets are than the Lakers. And everyone that knows basketball knows this, that Denver did not even have to play top-notch basketball to beat the Lakers. That's how inferior the Laker franchise is at this point. Jokic, give me an example. He had 7 turnovers in the game. 7 turnovers in the game on Monday night, and it didn't matter. Nuggets, they're toying around. It's like Play-Doh. The Lakers were like Play-Doh for the Nuggets. They're like, what are we going to do? How do we want to win? Okay. All right, now, turning the page. The drum beat has grown louder that LeBron James has played his final game as a member of the Purple and Gold. There was a report early in the day on Monday that said LeBron, that was going to be his last game as a Laker. That was it. Now, LeBron was asked about this, and here's what LeBron James had to say. Here's LeBron James' commentary, asked about whether or not he'll be back, the future, all that. Take a listen.
Tonight, was there any thought at all that, this could have been your last game with the Lakers?
I'm not going to answer that.
Oh, he's gone! He's gone! Oh, my God, he hates the Lakers! LeBron James just spat a loogie in Jeannie Buss's eye. He hates the Lakers. If you want to stay with the Lakers, you say, I love it here. I don't want to play anywhere else. I worship Kobe Bryant and Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He didn't say, play it again. Play it again. I want to hear it
Tonight,
again.
was there any thought at all that, this could have been your last game with the Lakers?
I'm not going to answer that.
No!
Appreciate it.
Oh, He hates them. He hates everything. He can't even wear the color purple anymore. My God. What a dagger. Play it again. Play it. I want to hear it again. Play
Tonight,
it.
was there any thought at all that, this could have been your last game with the Lakers?
I'm not going to answer that.
Oh!
Appreciate it.
Wow. If somebody comes up and you say, hey, are you going to do another show for Fox Sports Radio? Yes. Of course, I have bills to pay, but I'm not going anywhere. All right? I love it here. I love every cockroach in the hallways. I can't get enough. But LeBron, I'm not going to answer that question. That sounds like a man who's already checked out. So how do the odds look on LeBron James? All kidding aside, how do the odds look on LeBron and his future with the Lakers? Now, that doesn't sound very good. Wow. So Maller Sportsbook line on LeBron leaving La La Land. I'm going to set this at minus 225. Now, if you're not good with math, that works out in Maller math to about a 70% chance that LeBron is done. And I might have to up those odds after what I just heard. But I'm going 70% on the Maller odds on this. And here's why. The Lakers are what's known as a faux contender. They're not legit. LeBron knows that. Anthony Davis is Humpty Dumpty. And we saw it. He looked like he stepped on a landmine when he hurt his shoulder. You would have thought he had been died. And he stayed in there. It wasn't very effective from that point forward. But that's a typical Anthony Davis performance. He teases you, and then he vanishes. How many times does he have to do it before you say, okay, that's who he is? So LeBron knows that. And the rest of the roster, it's a hodgepodge of nothingness. Players that are just generic NBA players. LeBron's contract, though, here's the key part. It has a trap door, and that allows him to become a free agent. And that's why it's obvious LeBron, he didn't say I want to stay, right? That clause combined with the possibility that Bronny, who sucks, by the way, who's a backup on a bad SC team in the Pac-12 when that conference used to exist last year, but Bronny James will likely be drafted because of his daddy, right? That's just like people in Hollywood get jobs in movies because their parents were famous actors. And so LeBron's kid's going to be drafted, and that'll allow LeBron to exit stage left. So I was texting some people during the day because I saw this story that LeBron was likely to leave, and a little birdie who may or may not have a phone and may or may not know people said, keep an eye on the Alamo. Keep an eye on the Alamo. Now, I responded, why the hell would LeBron want to live in San Antonio? That doesn't make any sense. But from the NBA marketing perspective, the Spurs have Wemby. He's on the launching pad. He's the next big thing, right? It's like the passing of the baton. And certainly he's a different type of player, much different than LeBron. But that setup, and the Spurs have a couple of high second-round picks. Bronny James projected to be not drafted, but some say he'll be a second-round pick. And so if you take Bronny James, you get LeBron, you sell tickets. More importantly, you get primetime TV matchups. And the NBA would love to have LeBron prop up Wemby even higher. And we know LeBron's buddies with the lunatic Greg Popovich, and they add a little razzle-dazzle. So that does make sense. Whether LeBron wants to live in San Antonio is a different conversation. But as I've been told many times, if you've got a lot of money, there's a Beverly Hills in every city. There's a really nice part of town in every city. The one I'm looking at is New York. The Knicks have a good team. Jalen Brunson, though, is the alpha. I don't know that Brunson would want to futz around with LeBron, but the Knicks have a couple of late first-round picks, and would LeBron go to New York? He had a chance a couple of times in his career, and he passed on the Knickerbockers, but that's an interesting one. All right, last word quickly. Where do things sit with Darvinham as coach of the Lakers? Where are things looking for Darvinham? And here, in fact, we have a little Darvinham here. Here is Darvinham commenting on what's been like for him the last couple of years. Take a listen. Let's go to the audio tape.
It's tough. My mind's all over the place right now, so that's a great question, but maybe at some point later on I'll give you an answer. It's been a hell of a 2 years, though, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he sounds like he knows he's toast also. You had Anthony Davis call him out, saying the team's is not coached well. That was Anthony Davis. My favorite was D'Angelo Russell eating snacks on the bench while the Lakers are playing. Hey, I like eating snacks too. My God. But Darvinham is the favorite to be thrown overboard. If you look around, the Lakers outplayed down the stretch, outcoached in the second half and the fourth quarter of these games. And by the book would say Darvinham will be roasted like a pig at a traditional Hawaiian luau. That's going to happen. Now, there is a scenario where Darvinham continues on as the coach. The easiest way for him to escape the boiling cauldron would be for LeBron to hit the eject button and go somewhere else. And then that would give the Lakers a path to say, well, we don't want to change everything. We want to keep Darvinham around, and we're not going to hit the reset button with the roster, but we want to have some continuity with Darvinham.